Nuggets v Celtics. Besides another godlike performance by Nikola Jokic, Nuggets fall to the Boston Celtics 99 to 112. This was a very tough game to watch. It was first ridiculous just how well Jokic is playing. Now it's just getting sad because no one else can help him. And he's putting up these 40-point plus games and we're losing basically every single one of them. It's been over Twitter and everywhere lately. If Nikola Jokic has to score 40 or more, that probably means the Nuggets lose because he likes to get everyone involved, and if no one else is picking up the slack, he does it himself. But yeah, in that first quarter, Facu Campazzo, the 29-year-old rookie, and JaMychal Green were starting, obviously because of more injuries again. Millsap was out, Gary Harris still out, Will Barton out, and this time even Monte Morris is out. So they went with Campazzo, and Campazzo was pretty good tonight. But Jamal Murray, he was good, but bad at the same time. He had 9 turnovers. 9 turnovers in a single game. That is atrocious. That should never happen. I mean, he's a point guard, for God's sake. I know he's more of a combo guard, like shooting guard, especially in this game with Campazzo. But 9 turnovers, that's ridiculous. And the sad thing is, he was shooting well. He was playing good defense. He was basically guarding Tatum the whole game, I thought. And he guarded him spectacularly. Tatum was 6 of 18, still struggling ever since he's came back from the virus. But yeah, it was just disappointing. Murray was just doing too much with the ball. He was trying to just dribble past players instead of just taking the easy pick and roll and then just making a move. He just kept on trying to go solo or doing silly behind the backs on the sideline, stuff like that. So that was very disappointing. And I love Jamal Murray, so it was quite hard to watch. Because you take away those 9 turnovers, that's 9 extra possessions, potential to get at least 9 or so more points, and then you're very close to winning the game. So very disappointing from Jamal Murray. But we were playing good defense at the start of the game, especially in the first 5 minutes. They only had 5 points, I believe. But Boston got into the penalty early on and managed to get some free throws, which really helped them score. And Jokic had 15 of Denver's first 20 points and then basically went to the bench, and then we struggled, obviously, because we always struggle whenever Jokic isn't on the court. Hampton got a couple tough calls tonight. You can't tell me that superstar calls don't exist when you have rookie players like Hampton going for a layup, getting absolutely hammered, and there's no call on the play. I don't know what these refs are looking at, but good on Mike Maloney. Picked up a technical back in his guy, and then Jokic got a couple calls. So that was good at least. Good job, Mike Malone. But yeah, we were down by 4 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter begins, and Jokic is still on the bench for the first few minutes, and we just can't score. Can't do anything. Murray keeps turning it over, and there's no defense until Jokic comes back in the game. And then Murray steps up his defense, so he tries to make up for his turnovers and got back-to-back steals. And Nikola Jokic was just still not missing. I was watching the Celtics broadcast basically for a lot of this game, and they were just calling Jokic basically the reincarnation of Larry Bird, because he just was not missing, and he was so good tonight. And he's been good all season. If he's not your MVP, he's at least top 2, top 3, let's be honest. I mean, if Denver's record was a few games better, he'd probably be the front runner, let's be real here. But we went down in the half, down by 5 points, so still anyone's game. But then the third quarter begins, and Michael Porter Jr. was absolutely atrocious tonight. Especially on offense. He was 0 of 8, 0 of 5 from 3. He actually had a +2 in the game, and I don't think I really saw him in the fourth quarter at all. I think Malone was done with him. But his shot selection's just so bad. He would just grab it, hold the ball, and then just rise up over someone. And just because you can shoot over someone doesn't mean you should. I wish he'd try to drive to the rim more, because he's actually athletic and he can finish and he can draw fouls. But for some reason, I think he's just scared of traveling, because whenever he catches the ball, he does that little hop, and then if he goes, he gets called for a travel. So he's got to work on that, because tonight was just not good enough. 0 points in 24 minutes, 0 of 8 from the field, and he started to just force them up, and it was just hard to watch. But yeah, we had a very bad end to that third quarter. And it didn't put the game out of reach, but it was an 11-point game going into the fourth, and Boston managed to just hold on. For Boston, it was basically just Jaylen Brown, Tatum was actually relatively quiet. As I said, Murray played good defense on him. But it was Jaylen Brown and the bench unit for Boston that killed us, because Denver's bench was just terrible tonight. And it's going to be when you have players like Campazzo and Green, who are supposed to be on the bench to help the bench out, who have to start, and then we have to play the young, experienced guys like Chanchar and Marcus Howard, who just looks awful when he came on. Took a few shots, bricked them all, and he just doesn't look comfortable out there. I still like watching RJ Hampton, but what I want to know is why Bol Bol isn't playing, because I don't know what's happened. It must be something internally, because I remember earlier on in the season he even started a game against Kevin Durant, and although he didn't play well in that one because he was getting called for fouls all the time, he's just fallen completely out of the rotation. I mean, when we're struggling to score, at least chuck Bol Bol on, because he would definitely make something happen. People won't know how to guard him. I don't know why Mike Malone is just icing him out. I think it was even in the game before this one. The starters were celebrating, the bench was celebrating, but Bol Bol was just sitting there on his own, basically, just not into it. So that's not a good sign, because I thought Bol Bol could actually develop into a decent player, but it's not looking good at the moment. And I don't know if it's on Mike Malone or if Bol Bol did something. But yeah, disappointing loss tonight. Jokic, another superstar game, but no one could go along with him. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your opinions down below. And let's get a win against Washington in our next game. Thanks, guys. Peace.